Hi everyone, my name is Lauren Kelly and today I'm going to be presenting on the leader I chose, which is Josh D'Amaro. So, little fun fact about me before we get into it, which is one of the reasons why I chose him, is that I just finished my internship with the Disney company down in Florida just a couple of months ago. So I got to experience his leadership style firsthand, and I think he is the perfect example for this project, hence why I'm wearing my little Disney programs pin with pride for this. I thought it was the perfect reason to pull it out. But to get into who Josh is, although he's about to become the CEO of the entire company, up until next month, the current role he holds is the chairman of Disney Experiences. So that means he is overseeing all of the Disney parks around the world, all of the cruise lines, and all consumer products. Now, because Disney is a values-driven brand built on trust and emotional connection, ethical decision-making plays a critical role in his leadership and directly impacts both cast members and guests. So now, what I think best fits Josh's leadership style is the transformational leadership theory. So this theory focuses on inspiring and motivating others through value and vision and ethical leadership examples, rather than just control and authority. These leaders shape organizational culture and influence how people make decisions, especially in complex or incredibly high-pressure situations. Now, there's four components to the transformational leadership theory, and the first one we're going to get into is idealized influence. So it basically means leading by an ethical example. So leaders who act with integrity and accountability, the followers tend to look to them as role models and then see that as the acceptable behavior within the organization. D'Amaro demonstrates idealized influence by consistently emphasizing respect for cast members and accountability for guests, because the unfortunate reality is guests can be insane sometimes, which I did experience, but especially during times of change, so think like COVID, when all of the theme parks had to completely reimagine how they were run. He didn't take a step back and just let it run. He took accountability and then figured out how best to move forward as an organization. Now, by modeling this ethical behavior, he was able to set the expectation for the entirety of the organization globally. Now, the next part of this theory is the inspirational motivation, which gives all of the cast members their purpose. It involves communicating a clear mission and inspiring others by connecting daily work to that meaningful purpose. D'Amaro frequently frames Disney's mission around creating happiness and magic and memorable experiences. This helps employees understand the importance of their roles and understanding why ethical decision-making aligns with their values and why they should continue pushing that forward. Again, I experienced this firsthand and he does an incredible job. One of the things that they always say when you're working is that you're not working, you're making magic. You will see that all backstage on Disney, and I think it's really the perfect example of that inspirational motivation. Now, the next part of this theory is intellectual stimulation. It encourages innovation, critical thinking, which then also encourages openness to feedback. Now, in this image here, we have above me, or next to me, we have an Olaf that was just released to the public. It's going to be in Hong Kong, Disneyland, and Paris. It's freestanding, free thinking. It's powered by AI. It's incredible. And Josh is right behind that because he is a leader who really values intellectual stimulation. So under his leadership, Disney continues to adapt guest experience and strategy by listening and involving. Ethical leadership here means a willingness to learn and improve rather than ignore the concerns. Now, the last part of this concept is individualized consideration. This focuses on treating people as individuals and recognizing their needs, contributions, and well-being. D'Amaro highlights cast members and emphasizes inclusion and respect. From an ethical standpoint, this reflects leadership that values people as stakeholders, not just resources. This is incredibly important when it comes to cast members because they do work long hours and they do work long shifts. So by highlighting cast members and emphasizing their importance and inclusion, it really creates that community aspect within the organization. So now, ethical decisions under his leadership directly affect cast member morale, guest trust, and Disney's long-term reputation as a brand as a whole. So in an organization built on emotional connections, ethical failure does not remain internal. So they're felt by not only the guests, but also the cast members, and then the entire brand as a whole, which can damage its reputation. This demonstrates that ethics are not separated from business success, but essential to sustaining trust and long-term organizational strength. So in conclusion, D'Amaro exemplifies transformational leadership by aligning ethical decision-making with vision, innovation, and people-centered leadership. His approach shows that ethical leadership is not a limitation on success, but instead the foundation that sustains it. I want to thank you all so much for listening to my presentation today and giving me your time.